Hello,
What's he giggling at?
How we doing?
Fucking youth at top. What are
You
you giggling at?
I don't know, I was just watching Mike.
We've not even cracked a joke yet.
Oh, no, we're fucking going, yeah. You're right, Matt.
You right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I'm good.
How we all doing? Gav, how's life in the higher division than not?
The fast lane.
Yeah.
The division that Sheffield Wednesday are going to be in next season, if the owner doesn't sell anything.
We're getting 3 windows that we can't buy anybody. We're not getting relegated 27,
Exactly, that's the
6, 7,
difference.
27 leagues.
Yeah, that's the difference. We get kicked out, you get bloody thingy. You just get an embargo.
I don't. There's no words to describe what's going off
No, it's just,
there at the minute.
About in there. I really want to focus. I think you've got the Wednesday scenario. I need us to genuinely play the Huddersfield clip and talk about it.
All right. I get it though.
No.
I understand it.
Is he
I don't know.
Is he talking about Northern Ireland for some reason, or Northern?
No,
Northern
just
football.
Northern England.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Somebody tell me what difference football in the north played to Millwall or Plymouth or Exeter.
Let me find the clip.
Yeah.
It's
Let's
cheaper
fucking
for a
start
pint.
on there.
That's
There's
the difference.
there's more pies probably in the northern
Yeah,
areas.
it's probably all pint.
Pies.
Cheaper
more
for a
pies.
pint. Less Essex boys.
That's possibly it. That's what it means. There's more booze,
Is that,
possibly.
is that a phantom drink, that, Mike?
Or boobs. I like the
I said
idea.
booze. Yeah, there might be
Or
more
booze.
booze.
I can't even look at him seriously.
Does it look like a prosthetic face, that? It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Looks like AI. Anyway, let's have a listen.
Look at fucking nostrils of that cunt. Well, I bet he has some
guy.
coke.
It looks like Anton
visionary.
Beck playing a prank on
He's
someone.
he's focused
Nothing.
and understand. And
It sounds like a
You need
scene
to be
off
fine
Ted
now. That's
Lasso.
even-
Because he doesn't.
But I think-
this is
but the
a,
fact-
it was a goalkeeper.
The goalkeeper, yeah. Did he end up as a fourth official on one game or something like that, didn't he?
I'm not
I
sure.
don't know.
Yeah, he was photographed holding the substitute sign up. He was a fourth official or something in a game. But
You could
how
take
he
that.
speaks out his moustache moving. That's some trick, that is.
Let,
Proper muffy
You
colour.
could take that scene.
dissect it.
You could put that scene in Ted Lasso and it wouldn't look out of place.
No, he wouldn't.
I agree. Hey, have you watched
Genuinely.
it?
You're playing Sheffield Wednesday on Wednesday, Saturday.
It looks like
Some-
Ron
I
Burgundy.
get it.
No, you can't get that. He didn't even get it.
No, he
I,
actually.
I don't know why. I feel like
The
it
only right thing
resonates
about
with me.
that is he didn't say soccer instead of football.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just say you're a Sheffield Wednesday, Chansir is gone, that cunt's come in, and that's his first interview. How you think he feels as a fan?
I'm fired up. I'm ready to go.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. Yeehaw.
But
You've been renamed Sheffield Tuesday.
Sheffield Northern Football Club, Sheffield Wednesday.
What does
No,
Northern football mean to us?
I don't know. I think the what I get from that, I feel like obviously the north a bit rough around the edges. You know, I
like
don't know.
more
I think,
working class
The
towns.
players don't wear gloves in winter.
Northern,
Is that what they mean?
yeah.
yeah, that I think
Yeah.
that's exactly what it means. But I think I didn't follow Huddersfield much, but we were saying that they had 16-game win streak or unbeaten streak.
Yeah, then guess who
Said
beat them, Joel?
The fans weren't excited. Who? What, you lot?
We beat them, and they did
Yeah.
nothing after the rest of the season, did they, Matt?
Yeah, they fell
But
off.
I think what he's trying to get with that is like he's saying that the fans weren't excited, but you can win games and it not be enjoyable. So I think maybe he's saying that the way that they were winning, it was just
I
sort
think-
of like
I
last
think
ditch.
He started it off well, I was saying, like, obviously he said the be more physical and direct. That kind of made and then he went dynamic. I went, what was that? It just-
Yeah.
Well, just direct and dynamic
God,
come into the
like,
same
I know,
equation.
exactly, yeah. But for me, I'd take it as that they're just gonna create a physical side, a more classic EFL
Yeah.
League One side. But
Thing is, though, a lot of the modern game comes sadly from America because they've set up all these academies and all these sports science things, and you get lots of coaches from here that actually go over and do the courses and stuff. And
You know where that started, don't you, Gav?
go on,
The greatest English manager of the last 25 years.
Gareth
Oh,
Southgate.
Allardyce today. He went to Tampa Bay.
Did he?
Yeah, and he learned about all the computer systems and all that shit that they had going, and he brought it back to England, and that's why Bolton were ahead of the whole Premier League when it come to data. Now, one thing that pissed me off and worried me was he did allude to analytics, didn't he, or whatever he said around a data-led approach. It's not working as well as people think it is a data-led approach. Not when
it works for some teams, but not for. I don't think it works for lower teams.
It works for some teams because they've got a whole. They're not just relying on the data. They've got people that are actually qualified to talk about the data.
Brentford and Brighton are the ones who have massively won from it. But then you've got us who we were very data-driven the last few seasons and lost touch of what the League One actually is. It's a physical league.
You lost touch of Northern football.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll get out the window. I think Huddersfield are in a bit of trouble.
I don't know. He's got money. He can back him because he spent $3 million on that Joe Taylor.
There's no doubt that if I can back him. How many games has Lee Grant managed as a football manager?
It's very risky.
Yeah, but you've got to start somewhere, man.
Exactly.
You've got to start somewhere.
You are going to start somewhere, but I wouldn't chuck him into a team that are aiming to be back in the Championship. He's got to be going low with that.
Portsmouth got John Mousinho, who didn't have any managerial experience.
I think it's, and maybe I'm a bit out of touch. I think it's different from a centre midfielder going into a football role than a goalkeeper.
Yeah, there's not many goalkeepers.
There's a lot more tactically that you need to know as a I guess an outfield player than a goalkeeper.
Yeah, traditional goalkeepers haven't fared well as managers, have they?
Yeah, but I think you've got to think of it. Just because you're a goalkeeper doesn't mean you're not aware of the game and what's needed.
Mourinho
I suppose.
I just don't think the fact that he was a goalkeeper should go against him. That's all. No. I think the fact that I don't know. It's probably more to the fact that this is his first managerial.
But I suppose as a goalkeeper, you watch the game more, don't you? Especially him because he spent most of his career on the bench.
Mourinho wasn't a player, so he turned out all right. So I don't know, but I do get it. Huddersfield probably needs someone with experience right now because they had such a
I think I agree with that. If they're in the position that they're in, struggling and wanting to get back in Championship, then you're right. They probably do need someone with a bit more experience. But then on the other side, they probably need somebody in with a fresh outlook, a fresh look, and
possibly
football's unpredictable, isn't it? He's going to shit on your chips and take them to fucking Premier League, innit? You don't know, do you?
If he does, mate, all the fucking credit, he'll be gone by October for not playing enough Northern football.
I know. Well, yeah, I know. Yeah.
If they finish
Southern.
I really
hope they're doing a documentary on Huddersfield and they recorded the interview. I can just see a 45-slide presentation on Northern football.
Yeah, with a red line of where it starts.
Yeah.
You've got to do this many passes in this place to do this. I can't.
Does it go like Northern, then Midlands, then Southern? Is there like a pecking order?
Yeah.
Northern soccer.
What's Coventry and like Birmingham? They just they get a mixture of Northern and Southern football.
They're middle ground football.
While we're on football and we're still talking, I guess, around some quite funny things.
Podcast related to football.
I know, that's the main premise, isn't it?
Yeah, but while we're talking, we're obviously going to do a big review on the Premier League today.
While we're talking Northern football.
So let's continue Northern football. What the fuck's happening at Sheffield Wednesday?
I don't want to talk about it.
Is Sheffield Wednesday Northern? It's more mid.
They don't play Northern football though.
I think
they play bloody. I don't know what he's playing. Some Monopoly, I think.
Tippy tappy shit.
But they've not paid the players again, haven't they?
They've not paid the players again.
And you know what? If you owe debts to other people, that's fair enough. But when you're the owner and you're not paying the players because the club owe you the debt, that to me is just wrong. I know he's put the money into the club, but he can hold off until the money comes in at the start of the season or lower the payments or whatever.
For me, obviously, I think we mentioned this before, I don't know the first thing about running a football club. I co-owned a football club at, step 429 or whatever. And it's very, very self-funded.
You know, it wasn't Ruby, was it?
No, it wasn't. But it's very much funded by the owner. So, and that might sound really, really obvious, but that's where you put your money in and you get the rewards. So that owner put a lot of money into the club that he owned. I only co-owned it because I did all the sort of the frontline social stuff and all that stuff. But they had back-to-back promotions. Now, obviously, he's not making money at that grassroots level, but the ideology is still the same, right? You invest in the people around you. You build that. I'm just speaking more of that about the club that we started. But you build that. What's the word I'm looking for? You build. Yeah, you make people want to come to you, and you build that vibe around, that people wanting to come to you and play for you, and that positive energy, and when I think of Wednesday, he's just doing everything. He's doing the absolute opposite.
That's why I'm so good on Football Chairman Pro. If you've ever played that, it's a great game.
Football Chairman Pro.
Yeah, it's a cracking game. It's amazing.
Are they sponsors? Are they
No,
sponsors?
no, but if they want,
maybe if you're listening, Football Chairman Pro.
You know what
Never
you reminds
heard
me
of
of that? Of Wigan, when Dave Whelan put his 12-year-old grandson in charge.
But
He's legging a cup final, did you not know, Gavin?
You what, sorry?
New York is legging a cup final, did you not know?
Who did?
Dave Whelan.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
Matt, you're too young. This used to be done whenever Dave Wheeler used to have an interview, he'd always refer to his broken leg in the FA Cup final. Every single fucking interview.
It's a bit like Steimer with the toolmaker comment. My dad was a toolmaker. It always got brought up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Chance Series time's up now. I think the comment he made the other day, which I don't think you made a comment like you would completely agree with it, which I don't completely disagree with the comment. Let me find what he said.
I don't think he's a bit of a dictator. Like he's just gonna do what.
Like Jing Yong Yong or whatever he's fucking called.
He basically said, you can see even Reading, for example, they have had a problem with embargoes, but they could get promoted. Sometimes I do not understand the mindset that outside of buying players it is not good. Actually, buy, loan or free, it doesn't matter. It matters that a player fits to your squad or not. It doesn't mean free or loan is always cheaper than to buy. Sometimes they're more expensive. I don't agree with that, but like I said to you, Mark, in the context that he's just not played his players for the second month in the last 4 months, I don't think you should be talking about money like that.
Well, that was before, wasn't it? That was a comment from before he didn't pay the players. It was an interview in March, I think, which might have been.
It might have been. It might have been. But my point is, he knows the situation. So why is he making comments about you should be happy that we at least getting players in? Yeah. No, like pay the players that you've got. We're not.
The worry for me for it is what Boo went through. The debt was so screwed up and so complicated because obviously the club owe him a lot of money. Is it going to deter investors, people coming in?
Probably.
Buying him. Because the first thing he's going to want is his money back, isn't he?
No, I don't know, Gav. I think
if he's willing to take it back now while he owns the club, he's going to want to do it if somebody else buys the club.
Yeah, but I think what we're seeing at the minute is he's having some difficulties in his business line of work. Possibly. Is he just gonna want to cash out before losing any more money? He's lost a lot of money on Sheffield Wednesday, a hell of a lot of money.
And that again is going to deter. If he's not been able to put in all the money in he has, get it right, it is a deterrent to some buyers, isn't it? Whoever comes in is going to have mega money and long-term ambition.
I've already lost 75% on Barry Bannon's wages, didn't he?
What's that?
He lost 75% on Barry Bannon's wages.
Aye, big Baz.
But and again, if you do get them embargoes, that's going to deter people.
Of course it is. Who's going to come into that cesspit at the minute?
Yeah,
who's going to want to? I'm not even saying this to take the piss. I fancy Wednesday go down this season. I really hope they don't, Joel, for your sake. I fancy them go down. You're losing your manager. You've already lost quite a lot of players on free transfers, which are probably squad players that you're now going to struggle to replace unless something drastic happens in the next few months. I really fear for you next season.
Back where you belong with Bolton.
No, we're going up. Fergal, Super Army.
You said both those 2 points last season, though, Mike. You said we were going down, and you said Bolton were going up. So
I'm really
We're going down, and
I'm really unconfident about us going up next season. Yeah, I don't know why.
You didn't watch Fergal's interview then, did you?
No, I have. Well, I've watched as much.
surprising that, Max, because you've been so optimistic all season.
Me?
yeah,
Till I see
your optimism.
You've had the
personified.
optimism of a United fan this season, you mate. I tell you.
Just a quick question.
Mm.
You fucking... It's spelt wrong, your top. Nicky.
Oh, nice. It's nice.
Nice.
How's it supposed to be spelled?
NICE.
After the
Shall we pick up from where we left
No,
off
no,
last
no.
week?
You want me to rip one of the C's off?
No, leave your clothes on.
I've got an idea. T's it I for an O and the C for an N. Perfect.
Nonce.
It took him a minute.
Oh.
Shall we pick up from where we left off a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, should we just quickly do a roundup of the playoffs? Because obviously,
Yeah, can do.
we'll get proper instead. So, Championship, Sunderland went up over Sheffield United. Joel, I imagine that was a proper good wank after it, wasn't it?
I mean, it was multiple. The offside. I mean, in my opinion, as a neutral, I think it was offside. It was in the eye line of the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And
Is it crazy?
But it was just beautiful seeing Chris Wilder's face.
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh, seeing the veins in his neck. Oh, it's just.
In all
As a Wednesday
seriousness,
fan,
though, are Sunderland going to be a yo-yo club again?
I don't give a fuck, mate. I do not give a fuck. It was just the fact that they beat Sheffield United in that playoffs.
It's better to see Sunderland back, who might give it a go than Sheffield United come up and get relegated again.
Yeah. Sunderland have got the fan base to actually do something. Unfortunately, I think they'll finish rock bottom.
Yeah.
They were really poor near the end of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, they could be challengers for Derby's record.
Yeah.
I know Southampton came very close, didn't they? But
So did United.
League One went up. Fair play.
Fucking Nathan Jones. Ugh.
No dispute. Charlton were best of the rest, I think, this season.
I think it would have been a better game though, Charlton Stockport.
Yeah, so do I. Late notice shit, mate.
Right.
So yeah, fair play. And League Two, Wimbledon, which is lovely because that means they're above the Dons.
Did you hear about Sam Hutchinson, by the way?
Yeah, had an heart attack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and carried on playing.
When? For Wimbledon?
A few weeks ago.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. It was in the playoff final.
No, it wasn't.
I'm sure it was.
No, it was a few weeks before the end of the season. The reason why all the player finals started at 3:01
Was
was because that's
every
when
minute.
it's something better than DPI.
You're better at the kiss of life, aren't you, Mike?
Oh, am I?
It was against their game in their game against Grimsby earlier on in the month.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd gone up for a corner. He said to his skipper, "Going, I don't feel right well, me." He's going, "You all right?" He says, yeah, and he had an heart attack mid-game.
Yeah, totally no. Yeah. I mean, fair play for getting through it.
Yeah.
And then today, one of my favourite clubs, just because what do you all do a good pair of tits? Oldham. Oldham got promoted. They beat Southend.
Southend 3-2, weren't it?
Yeah.
Counts a really good game.
Did anyone watch it?
It disappointed me. It was on pay-per-view. You couldn't watch it. You had to pay for it.
Unless you have a dodgy stick.
Yeah.
But you know what? They've got a great owner, though. It's an old bloke that owns them. He pretty much bought them just to save the club. But
Yeah.
he's done wonders with them. And he absolutely... He's an Oldham fan through and through.
Yeah.
Who is it that's just bought that poor bastard? Is it him?
Yeah,
that's the one. Yeah.
Give that the director of football.
But no, I like Oldham's owner. He's a decent
Does
club
Oldham's owner follow the Northern football trend?
I imagine.
Yeah, is he a big fan?
Yeah,
He's definitely a fan of Northern football, Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's good to see him back.
Gotta be.
There was an interview this morning him on Sky Sport crying his eyes out about them getting
Yeah.
to Wembley and stuff. He's definitely cares about the club and the
Yeah, he
team.
does.
He massively
It's a shame Oldham's a fucking dump. But yeah, fair play. I'm not going to go any lower. I think Comfort come up. I don't know who did the South one, but yeah, plays have been interesting. I think one of the big talking points was the introduction of VAR after a whole season, not using it.
That's what I mean. Yeah, Sheffield United probably would have gone up without VAR
They would have, yeah.
because they had 2-0 lead. They were cruising, weren't they?
Yeah.
But the decision was wrong.
The what?
The decision, the fact that the linesman missed it meant that he made the wrong decision. So VAR did come in. That could have cost us. So as we're talking about our preview of next season, review of this season, we're looking at one VAR error that cost Aston Villa £100 million this season. And we'll talk about that
shocking,
when it comes to
that.
Aston Villa. But yeah, well done to all the teams promoted, all the fans. I hope you enjoyed Wembley. For those of you that lost, yeah, I've been there, done that. Unfortunately, it's fucking hanging.
Last
And
year.
any Sheffield United fans.
Right, speaking of shit houses, let's carry on with our season review, shall we, boys?
Yes.
Let's do it.
So we are up to
Tottenham.
Tottenham Spuds.
No, we're past Tottenham.
We did Tottenham. We did Tottenham, and then.
All right, shall we
because-
just finish here then before we finish Tottenham? So Tottenham, despite finishing 17th,
I've had a better season than Arsenal.
and United, and won a trophy.
Yeah, they won Europa,
But
didn't
there's talks that they're going to let the manager go, though, isn't there?
Yeah, shy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's
but
quite-
he's-
they?
The
He
first
said
trophy,
though,
hasn't
he always wins trophies in his second season.
I know. Like,
My
you're not
argument-
really a team of Tottenham's ability. Finished 17th and he deserves to stay in charge, regardless of winning a Mickey Mouse Cup against a fucking dreadful United side. Nah, he should still go.
I get it, but then you should get rid of, like, I don't know. There's an argument that they've had a better season than Arsenal. Mick Arteta's on phase 6 and still not won a trophy.
Arteta's on phase 14 of
It's something like
master
that. Yeah.
plan.
He's
Just the
6.
process.
So Postecoglou had won one league game since the 22nd of February.
Yeah, no, it's shocking.
He's the must score for me.
He's won one cup final and all.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's got him into Champions League. He's won a trophy. I think
Yeah.
you've got to respect that. That's what Tottenham fans wanted. That's what
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
given them.
yeah. Agreed. And they will be in the Champions League next season at United's expense.
Can we have a soundboard of just Joel doing that now?
Yeah, I'll clip it.
But yeah, one of the worst finals of football I've ever seen.
That was
It
shocking.
was fucking
It's a crap.
drab.
Yeah,
It would drab, wasn't it?
yeah, it was fucking
It
awful.
just summed up the season of both teams, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It
was horrible.
a dreadful team.
I think what was really upsetting about that Europa Cup final was one of the teams had to win it.
Yeah. I wanted Tottenham to win. I'm glad they won, but
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Of the two, but it would have been nice if neither of them won it.
I watched that non-league playoff final and that had similar quality to that. Like, it was so bad.
So who's next on his list then, Mike?
Who's next? Wolves. Yeah,
They started off with Gary O'Neill, didn't they?
Yeah, sacked him.
The new manager's done all right. They've
They've had a really strong end to the season, haven't they? To be fair.
Yeah.
But then a good strong run towards the end. And the last month they lost 3 and 3-1. Including losses to Man City, Brighton, Palace, and a draw at Brentford. I think Wolves, it's a success this season. They're actually finished 16th. Because I'd have had them 17th or lower, personally.
Well, they started off like they were going to get relegated before
Well,
they
they may
sacked
have very
O'Neill.
well.
Before they sacked O'Neill,
Yeah.
but it was quite a while ago. So.
I think they're probably one of the current teams in the Premier League that will go down if a promotion stays up next season.
Yeah,
Well, they're still the best player, haven't they? So, I mean, it's who they replace him with. I know they've got a decent record fee for him, but who do they replace him with?
they've been
Wolves
floating.
Go on, Matt.
They've been floating around that relegation spot for a few years. It's all going to happen soon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Wolves were 13th for quite a while. Just having a look at their No, they weren't. They were 17th, sorry. And they got up to 13th towards the end of the season. And dropped back down to 16th.
Yeah,
They've been toying around with that.
yeah, they've no class either. Like, I look at some of the players that are in that squad, and I just think, fucking hell, these aren't that good at all. I think Wolves are probably in a territory at the minute where if they went down, they might struggle to come back up without big investment, because they've not been buying and building that squad for quite a few years now. I think it's a very big summer for Wolves, and I think that Kuhneman's got a back in the squad.
Did they lose? Well, obviously they had the Chinese owners, didn't they? And that was when the Chinese football was kicking off in the Super League, and then I think the investment it started slowing down. I don't know if they still got them owners, but do you remember when they first came up and everyone was like hyping them up and stuff, and they got Europe. They've had a bit of a downfall since then, and I think soon it's only going to be soon that they get relegated.
I agree.
I mean, Cunha's made some headlines this season, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's great.
I mean, he did that really, really nice thing for that Wolves fan that had that illness, and then went and fucking drop kicked some fucker and got sent off.
He's a good player though. I tell you
what, Man United are probably signing him apparently next season.
They've already signed him.
They have signed him, yeah.
Confirmed it, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, Wolves won't have that money straight away. It's like in several instalments it's being paid.
Yeah, they're paying it over 5 years, aren't they?
No,
well, they've got to because they're fucking building a new stadium, aren't they?
No money.
They're buying him on Klarna. They bought him on Klarna.
I think they've got the same advisor as fucking Chad Shearer.
No, they tried to do it over 5 years.
Off him.
Well, they've got that Strand Larson who's good. I think he's been. If obviously Cunha's the star player, then he's been the only one who's probably been a bright spark of that team. Yeah.
Do you know Wolves got the double over United as well this season?
Yeah.
It's not hard.
That's good, isn't it?
It's not hard.
Yeah, they can't be the only one, can they?
No. Speaking of United,
Yeah.
we're on to 15th.
But it sums up their season when their longest run of games winning was one match. They never won two games.
Do you know what's funny? Is the highest they've been this season was 7th place.
No, first. They were first. Because they played on a Friday. They played on a Friday night.
At the end of a game weekend, Matt.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, okay.
Yeah, you fucking knobber. 7th, and that's where they started.
Yeah, that was the first game.
That's mathematical.
And then the highest they got since then was 9th.
Yeah. They've been shocking.
And that'll be the first game after the first game because they.
Well, like we were saying before, though, I mean, Fernandes, 19 goals, 20 assists. Without him, they would have been.
Yeah, but he scored. Did he score about 7 against Leicester, 2 against Southampton?
Yeah, I'm just saying though, without them goals, they would have been absolutely screwed.
Do you know what some United season, and United as a football club, are?
Post-season touring
That's just
Malaysia.
Which got beat by the fucking OCR All-Stars. Yeah,
and they did it because
Oh my god.
they did it because they made 8 million from it, which
8 million.
Money, that.
it's pocket money, isn't it? So it could be. Yeah, I mean, that's
Not
how
pocket money,
fucked over
exactly.
they are financially. That they have to do that at the end of the season for 8 million. Then did an open top buzz tour with the fucking trophy that they won over there. Jesus Christ!
What trophy that they won? They didn't win any trophy.
No, they won a trophy over there. There was a. They won
they beat Hong Kong.
Yeah, and they won
They made one out of paper mache.
Yeah, but they actually did an open top bus tour with it. It was like, geez, it's just embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing.
I just think the whole... and I'm not having the excuse that it was financial, the reasons for going over, Gav. I don't think it is at all.
I don't know what it was.
All these clubs seem to be rearranging these fixtures at the end of the season. Yet you moan about fucking friendlies.
No.
Sorry.
We spoke about that on one of the episodes, didn't we?
Yeah. So
Villa.
The lower league teams that have been screwed over with FA Cup replays.
yeah.
that's
Too
right.
many games, and then they go and do that. It stinks. Absolutely stinks. It shouldn't be allowed.
I'm glad next season will be just as bad.
God knows
Hopefully.
what will be, but
Well, you're going to lose Bruno. What are you bringing in?
I don't think they'll lose. They won't lose Bruno. They won't lose
Frank Bruno. He's
no,
coming in.
the thing is though, I mean, Yeah, they've been shocking. You can't deny that. But if you actually look at the chances they've had this season to win
Oh,
games,
Gav, I'm not having that at all.
no, they have. They've just not had anyone to
No,
put
they
it in the
haven't.
fucking net.
They haven't.
They've not had anyone to put it in the net.
Don't get me wrong, that Hoyland is possibly the worst player I've ever seen.
He is.
70 million.
Don't get me wrong, he is. I don't. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, they had the chance to sign a striker in January. The club decided against it and bought 2 youngsters in, which you could have
That
brought in
dog
at the
is
end of the season.
as well. I think the issue is they've obviously started off awfully with Ten Hag. Then they've got Amorim, who's a system-based manager who needs 100 players who can play his system to be good. And
You know what? If he had the right players for his system, maybe, obviously, it would have been different. But you can't play in the Premier League with just one system and not be able to mix it up. You can't.
Do you want to hear something funny? So this season, Man United, they had 528 shots. At what percentage accurate?
9.
18.
33%. They had 175 shots on target and scored 44 goals.
How many were them penalties as well?
You're not telling me that what you just said, Gav. About
No, I'm not saying they've had shots on goal. What I'm saying is they've had chances. So
yeah, 175 chances at
no,
goal and only put 44.
I'm on about
what?
assists where if they'd have had a striker to put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, but my point is,
how many goals have they conceded?
They've put a ball at the net 175 times and only 44 have gone in.
Because they've no thing it. Because I mean, traditionally United always have 4 strikers. They haven't got one. You've not got one striker.
54 goals they conceded.
Yeah. Hoyland couldn't hit a barn door with a rifle.
What were you?
Xerxes wasn't a number 9 anyway to start off with.
What United's XG was this season? 54. They'd have scored 10 more goals.
Okay, now.
How many goals did they concede?
54.
54. Yeah.
And how well is that compared to the other teams? Is that?
I can compare it to the Premier League.
I think since Amorim's come in, his points per games is lower than what Derby's were when they got relegated, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely
I don't
shocking.
I don't think Amorim's probably not a bad manager.
I don't think they'll be worse next season. I think they'll be very lucky to get into Europe, but I don't think.
I just think they needed a manager who just get them sorted.
They need new owners. While them owners own them, they're doing fuck all.
It don't matter though, Gav. They can't control. The fans can't control that. You need a manager.
No.
You need a manager.
So people need to stop thinking about it. They're not going. You need to fix it.
Fulham conceded 54 goals also.
Yeah.
But they just need a manager who's just going to get them playing simple football, just like how PSG was set up, just 4-3-3. Just get it to the wingers, let them do the stuff. None of this, as the wing back got space or what. Just fucking simple.
With the right team, as I said, they'd have probably finished in Europe. United don't have the money. Completely knew that when they brought him in. They didn't have the money to completely change the team around. They didn't have the team
They took
there
a risk.
to play the format. Yeah, they took a massive risk and it's majorly backfired.
Yeah.
But you cannot manage in the Premier League with just one formation. You've got to be able to mix it up because of injuries and the way results are going. And he can't. He's just a one-trick pony.
Yeah. I don't think many Premier League teams play 5 backs anyway.
No, they don't.
No, so
I'm looking forward to struggling again next season. I think
they will. Yeah.
No doubt they will.
If Bruno goes, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, massively.
I don't think he will go.
They're going to sign Dockery. No, they're fucking not.
No, they won't.
You're not going anywhere near.
He's going to Arsenal.
He's not. They're getting instead. They're getting Sesko.
Who? Oh yes.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's shite.
Yeah. I mean, even Jalap's rejected him for fucking Chelsea. And Chelsea's got 500 players in fucking squad.
I know they were linked to
what's his name really wants to go about, doesn't he? Rumours are, is it Mbueno or whatever he's called?
Yeah. He'll be a good signing for them, but
he's a decent player.
He's mid-table Premier League side. Did you want to try?
He's not. No, mate. Cunha and Mbuemo aren't mid-table players. They're playing for mid-table sides, but they're getting top. They're almost at the top of top goal scorers. That's the players that United should have signed since when they've had 10 players who are guaranteed to know how to play in this Premier League. All the players that they sign are all ex-Ajax or ex-10 Hags or Serie A players like Hoyland. They've had no Premier League proven players.
Just need 10 to take half that squad to fucking thingy.
Leverkusen,
yeah. But
Alright, fuck United. 14th.
West Ham. Who were
Fucking
awful
horrible
this
team.
season.
Can't stand West Ham.
Horrible club, horrible team. And, is it only me who notices this? Every fucking Monday night or Monday, Sky are on, West Ham are on Sky, Monday
Yeah.
Night Football. They're always on it for some reason. I'm just, and they're the most boring club.
They think
This-
the
They've
fans
been
think
very
they're a
mundane
big
this
club, though,
season.
don't they? And they're not. Just they're
just
they're
so
just
boring.
they're boring.
Anytime you see West Ham on TV, it's like, oh god, it's like a chore.
I think most excited I've been at seeing West Ham on television is when they were on Ted Lasso.
What with that guy as the manager?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you watched it all now, Matt?
No, I've watched it in the past, but I never finished
Oh,
it.
fucking just get it watched.
I
man.
will.
But yeah, very mundane. Jared Bowen married Danny Dyer's daughter.
Yeah.
That's another exciting bit of, you know.
To be fair.
What can you say about West Ham? They had that
It was
lot
touch and go whether he were going to marry a dad.
I think West Ham struggle to buy strikers, struggle to recruit well.
Well, they had some good recruitment on paper.
Yeah,
Ward Prowse.
It's always on paper.
Ward
isn't
Prowse
it?
signed for him and all.
Yeah. I think
Ward
so.
Prowse on loan, and they had
They had that Todibo. They signed that Todibo. He was massively hyped at the start, and he turned out shit.
Yeah, the striker Fulkrug,
Fulkrug.
dreadful.
Yeah. Was that Ajax player? A Mexican Ajax player.
Alcaraz.
Alcaraz was shite.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, very mundane.
West Ham's got a bit. I think West Ham need a bit of a clear out and a refresh of what they want. West Ham needs to be all about bringing kids through. I just don't see that much anymore. I think West Ham will struggle again next season without a decent summer.
And I think
don't
Potter's
think the manager's the one for the job. I really don't.
What I hate about West Ham is they got that ground and paid £1 for it.
It's a shit ground for a football ground.
Yeah,
They hate it.
And that's
Well,
what I
you
mean.
might as well for the pitch, though, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Compare that to Upton Park, which was one of the most British classic.
A very iconic stadium, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, shit all.
Yeah,
Speaking
but
of
iconic.
shit alls, guess where we're on next? Everton.
Everton.
The shit that won't.
They
They overachieved this season.
they won't go down though. How they finished was fucking ridiculous. By the
I
way,
don't have a good season, mate, in the end. I'm not going to lie. Everton should be chuffed to bits with 13th.
when they got Moyes, didn't they get 31 points? I think 31 points with Moyes. If they had Moyes from the start, or something, they would have actually been in the top 7 possibly.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
way they finished.
Yeah. I wish I could finish as well.
It's what damage is their new ground going to do to the...
I agree. And that's where the atmosphere, I think it's going to
Oh,
suck
that-
the life out of them.
Oh, that ground's going to be the atmosphere is going to be amazing. It's built it's so compact and high up. Like I don't know how to describe it.
It's a nice looking ground, but it's the cost of it, isn't it? Arsenal suffered
I
for,
think
what,
it's
10
gonna be
years,
a
didn't they?
really- Yeah.
Yeah, but
I think it's
Everton's
gonna
been
be
paying this for years as well, Gav. Everton have already
Yeah.
started paying for this. It's not like it's a new cost and been doing it for years.
No, but they're not going to get any money back from selling the land from Goodison because they're keeping it, aren't they? So keeping
They've
it
got
from
some
them.
cracking catering staff from Old Trafford as well.
They've actually, was Everton, am I right here? Everton were taken over mid-season, weren't they?
Yes. By
Oh,
the Fred.
yeah, they're one to watch them recruitment-wise for me.
Possibly.
I
They were,
hope they
they
go
were
down.
pushing for Delap, weren't they?
Yeah.
I think that ground's going to be really good though. Apparently, it's been built to
I
bring
think
a good atmosphere.
what the shake-up the Premier League needs is for one of the core teams to go down.
Yeah, I can't wait.
No,
It's coming.
need-
They're coming. They're going United.
I think Burnley not long ago they were a team that were in established Premier League team, weren't they?
yeah.
No.
No.
They've
Oh, they had a
been in
few
the Premier
seasons,
League.
didn't
Matt,
they?
what's some more shares they've done in a row in the Prem? I think it's 2 seasons. Maybe 3.
Right. I'd say the teams that we need to get rid of are Brighton's, the Brentfords, maybe Fulham's,
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth. There we go. Them 3 teams.
You're
If
not
they-
like
if
the
they're
little
all
beers
three-
from them.
Yeah, no, I hate these southern clubs that are just fucking tin pot. They're either Championship or League One clubs.
Well,
Bournemouth
Brighton,
are League Two.
Brighton's fan base is Premier League now. 30,000 tickets sold every week.
Southern bastards and
They
Posh
did
twat.
6. They did 6.
well,
In
this
a
is what I'm
row,
talking about. I really
6
like
in a
that.
row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
No.
16, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, 20, 21. 21, 22
Well,
they
they
came
managed
down.
to, didn't they?
Maybe we
Company
need
had
an American guy to push Northern football more, so Northern football clubs just
I agree.
and we can get Bournemouth, Brighton, Brentford relegated.
I don't know.
They're another Monday side though, Everton. I think they toyed with coming down last season. Ended the season with a bit of light this season. I don't know. I think it'd be good to see them come down.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they got a new stadium now, so it'll be interesting how that plays out then.
Well, it's either them or Man United, either or.
Or Tottenham.
In
No,
terms of
generally
our
don't
next
think Tottenham will.
It's only where Bury are going to end up playing them anyway. Go on.
Keep on, mate. Keep the same on.
I'm going to keep on.
You'll be joining us.
We will be.
In fact, you'll have to start a league below us. We've already worked up one.
Yeah.
So.
in terms of our next club, we've got Crystal Palace.
God.
What a season Crystal Palace had.
They've got some decent.
Very good, that,
players,
Mike, by the way.
Palace.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I know. So what's my big calls out for Palace? Adam Wharton, absolutely incredible. United again fucked up, spending 60 million on fucking Agate when they could have got Wharton. Yeah. Stats about Palace. So they lost to Newcastle and City. Didn't lose at all in March. Didn't lose in May.
He had a big wobble at the start, didn't he?
One game in Feb and one game in Jan. They're 2025. They lost 1, 2, 3, 4 games in 2025.
He had a really poor start, I remember.
They did,
really,
yeah. They were shit.
He started off awful, and then that Kamada was crap, and then he started doing well at the end.
Yeah, they were down 16th, 19th, and then they just climbed.
Yeah, like a fucking erect penis. Straight up.
He had a similar season.
6 foot cock and balls, man.
Sammy the Snake. And they won the FA Cup.
Well, yeah, so I was at Bolton Barnsley a few months ago, and on the way down, it was City versus Palace. And Palace were 2-0 up, and a goal disallowed to go 3-0 up, got beat 5-2. And I thought they're going to get fucking dicked in this final. And they played City off the park. Well, sorry, they played City at their game, and give City very little opportunity. I think Palace will be fantastic this season.
Yeah, I think, until the end of the season. The last
2 or 3 decent new players, and they're a good shout to possibly get a top 6, top 7.
There's been a little bit of excitement around them, hasn't there? I think that's...
In terms of
you know
what?
what I mean? Like, in terms of sort of if they're on telly, they're... In terms of...
They're one of the few southern teams you don't mind watching.
Yeah, they're not warm.
Yeah, that's what I meant, like, in terms of that,
Good atmosphere. They've got good atmosphere. I say they've got good fans.
Loyal fans, yeah.
Would you say the Northern football?
They could be. They could be the only Southern club. That's just all.
This is Northern and this
The
town.
Northern football club, man.
in terms of what, Mike?
The direct,
The direct.
the physical.
Yeah.
Dynamic, yeah.
Yeah.
They've got a very good loud fan base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they
Unlike
qualify.
West Ham,
You
they
might
don't think
wanna
they're bigger
ask
than
Lee
they are,
Grant.
though, do they?
Yeah,
West Ham fans seem to think they're a big club, as Palace fans don't.
yeah.
They've got them ultras, haven't they? Palace.
Get 60,000 people every game.
Well, they've
got
got
them
to keep
ultras,
funding that
Palace.
bubble blower.
Yeah.
They got them
Yeah.
them fans who are ultras, aren't they? And a lot of English fans, they go, like so cringy. But if you saw like a German team do it, then it's all fine. Or like it's
Yeah, they all
French
wank
team.
off over it.
Look, I think Palace are Northern football. Moving
Yeah,
on.
I put them on in Northern football too.
Yeah.
Next one's definitely not Northern football.
Fulham.
Fulham.
Oh my god, that's the definition of Southern football.
Yeah.
They
As
are the
far
definition.
south football as you can
£4,000
possibly
the
go.
most expensive season tickets. Speaking of the tickets, Gavin, I've not forgotten. We'll come on to that in a little bit.
£4,000.
Yeah, the most expensive ticket at Fulham's about $4,000, mate.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I
It's one of the
don't
most
mind
expensive
Fulham.
parts of the country, Fulham.
I don't mind Fulham as a football club because they've always been a Premier League team from when I remember.
Well, they come up with us, Matt, in
It's not cheap when they're a
2001.
wrestling company, though, is it?
Go on, Matt. Why? What happened? What turned around for Fulham? Why did they become such a big club? Do you know?
Not a big club. Don't say they're a big club, but they've done it in the past. They've been in Europe, been in the Premier League. They're one of those Barclays team, aren't they? If we're going,
Have you got it written down in your passport?
No, Gav. What happened to Fulham's owner back in the late 90s?
Did he die?
No,
Got deported.
Do you remember who
The
the owner
one
was?
before they all fired?
Yeah.
What happened?
They won fucking lottery or something and spent loads of money.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So they obviously they got Van der Sar, Louis Sahar, who was fucking fantastic at the time.
Billionaire now, isn't he?
Fulham had a great squad, fantastic squad.
And they had Clint Dempsey.
Have you seen his wealth now, Sahar? What he's worth?
Yeah, he's ridiculously rich, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a billionaire, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah, he's some sports management or something, and his company's worth $6 billion.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I bet United could have a takeover from them.
Yeah,
Fulham have had a really good season. But first half of the season, really shit. Second half of the season.
Yeah.
Um,
I do like Marco Silva.
yeah, they had 11 losses in the second half of the season, which, yeah, they struggled later on. The last Villa game on the 5th of January, which gives you an idea of kind of Fulham's philosophy to football. It's we're going to score one more than you. Excellent! It's definitely that style of football. But
They're creeping into the Northern football somehow.
yeah, I don't know what's going to take, but yeah, I think Fulham, they'll be happy with that.
Yeah, Fulham are not Northern football.
Go on,
No,
Matt.
they're definitely not Northern
So go
football.
on.
Why I hate Brentford? They're a League Two, League One club. They've always been a League One club.
Yeah.
They're all
They finished
down to
10th in
shit
Premier
ground.
League.
No, listen, their old ground is like, and it was a shithole, and it was the worst ground I've ever been to. I think
been
they're just
there?
very what?
You
No,
not
What
been
did you
there?
say?
no. I mean, Griffin Park, it was a fucking dump. They've just been fortunate that they've had a lucky owner who's, I guess, gambled his way up there. He's a gambler, their owner. So.
Oh, you don't like gambling though, do you? You're not a big gambler.
Oh no, I love it. But they're just a tin pot. They're a tin pot
You did
club.
well on
Have you
Alabama,
not
didn't
seen?
you?
I think on what?
On Alabama. You did well on that.
I don't know what that means.
When
Alabama.
we all had a bet against each other.
Oh,
You
the
lost.
bomb! Shit, I did shit.
That's
on
what I
that,
said,
yeah.
didn't I?
Oh, sorry, my brain wasn't processing it. Well, no. Yeah, Brentford, they're just a tin pot club with shit fan base. I remember watching, they played Arsenal and Arsenal scored, and you could see all the home end jumping up and celebrating.
Yeah.
They're all Arsenal fans in there.
I'm gonna clip
ground
you,
shit.
Matt. Every club you've called Tim Pot, and I'm gonna do a
Tin pot.
montage of it.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah. Do it. There's a lot of tin pot clubs who shouldn't be in the league that they're in.
It's mad. When I think of Brentford, I think of really good home form, not great on the road.
Yeah.
This season, they were ninth for the home form in the league. And their away was a lot better, which I think is why they had a lot better than last usual, which is why I think they had such a decent season. Yeah,
They've
I
only
don't
been
think
up
they're a
there.
Premier League club, but fair play
No.
to them.
They're only doing well because of Thomas Frank and Wisser and Mbuemo. Other than
And
that,
Tottenham want Thomas Frank, Thomas Frank, don't they?
and Frank.
Brentford.
Bournemouth?
Brentford. Are they Northern football or not? No, I didn't think so. Bournemouth. Just looking at their Premier League standings and how they look a little bit like Batman.
Yeah,
Bournemouth are far from
There you go.
Although.
brilliant.
There you go. Moving on. Right.
Bournemouth strange season, hasn't it? It's been a bit of a weird season for Bournemouth. Some good signings, knowing that you can buy players for not 70 million that actually score goals for you, Man United.
Wednesday can't.
United must look like a ski jump.
Does Junior Krupi play for Bournemouth now? Junior Krupi?
Who the fuck is
Jewish.
that?
Oh, mate, he's a football manager legend. He plays for... Yeah, he plays for Bournemouth. He's on loan at Lorient. Fucking hell. He's second on footy, man. Anyway, Bournemouth signed quite well. Very good season. I think there's a couple of Bournemouth players probably going to hit our team of the season as well. I've been really impressed with Bournemouth this season.
Yeah, they've done well.
They are
The
definitely
manager's good.
Northern.
No, they're not Northern football, though. Far from it.
A stadium capacity of 11,000.
And in Midlands, are we
No.
saying the Midlands?
No, they're down
No.
there with Crystal Palace. Not Crystal Palace. Tottenham.
Yeah, Tottenham. But I think Bob been okay this season. I think they'll be really happy with ninth place finish.
Yeah.
I think the big thing Tottenham need to be worried about, and I think Palace are the same, and potentially Brentford, probably getting some players nabbed now. And I think they've got massive summers, these three teams, that they may lose players. On the bright side, Man United are very lucky that no one wants their fucking players. We don't matter.
Leverkusen, mate.
Yeah, it's after Anthony, isn't
Yeah.
Bournemouth, they've just sold that Dean Huyson, or what it's called, for 50 million.
Yeah, which is brilliant.
I've heard they're putting in an offer for Fred the Red.
It might make them more northern, to be fair.
It might do, yeah.
Listen,
Brighton.
next season, United will have probably sold their dinner lady, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
At least they've still got their body language
He's on
coach.
loan to Greg to save the wage bill.
They've still got their body language coach, Luke Shaw.
I know.
Brighton and Hove Albion.
Yeah, not northern.
No.
I'm
They're
gonna.
again a
I'm
very
gonna
mundane team, though.
I think they had a really disappointing season, Brian.
How
When
is-
you think of the teams that finished above them, they'll be very disappointed in certain European football.
They're one of the wokest clubs. They've got like a 32-year-old manager. They're just a woke city.
Wait, what?
Woke City
why-
They've got a
football.
30-year-old manager.
They've got a
Brian and
30-year-old.
Woke Albion.
No, it's just woke, innit? Having a manager who's like younger than you. Football
Younger than
manager.
me, yeah.
Yeah.
Mike, see your ass.
Does that mean we're woke and you as a floor walker in Glasgow?
What's that?
Then does that mean we're woke because we've had you as a floor walker in Glasgow?
No, I'm just saying it's just. I don't know. Having managers that young, it doesn't go down well with me.
Doesn't
You need
matter
like an
how
old
old he is,
manager.
I mean, Phil's only young, isn't he? But
Danny Roll.
he's done.
Danny Roll's a young manager.
Yeah, it's just. I don't know.
I need to ask, what is
Go on.
woke about being a young football manager?
That's
Yeah,
what we're trying to get to the
it's
bottom of.
Just walking it.
Fucking
just
no! It's just keep saying it's
like-
woke. Doesn't answer it. You think?
It's like having these set piece coaches who are
Are
getting
you trying to
coached.
say they're
That's
just trying
woke.
to tick a box? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, no, not tick a box. It's more just like I don't know. Managers are usually older, like 50s, and
Mate, you've literally just offended the whole of Tottenham. So
Do you know what I achieved? Matt,
Do you know
what
what woke means?
Yeah.
the 33-year-old football manager achieved yesterday?
what?
I won the Premier League at Bolton on footy manager.
Hey,
Last game of the season, I picked City's at title.
Yeah. That's
Am I
just woke
woke?
nonsense, that.
Yeah, woke.
no, I'll tell you what is walk. These set piece coaches who are getting all the spotlight. That's
What?
walk.
But these podcasts, the only time I see Mike awake, never mind woke.
That's walk.
He's an haircut on an headband.
it's opposite of Mike in the back.
Brighton, not Northern.
No, not Norman. Season wise, yeah, probably a bit disappointing. They started. they
I'd
got
be
that-
very disappointed.
yeah.
They finished well though.
Yeah.
Won 4 at last 5, beating Liverpool, Tottenham away, not hard. Wolves away that have been pretty good at home, and West Ham are wank. I think they'll be disappointed that they miss out on Champions League. Well, sorry, European football.
I think you missed out. Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, they missed out. Yeah,
With
I did
Chelsea
understand
win.
the permutation to Chelsea the other day, Matt, but they've not got a sticker outside and saying they're in Europe. I
Yeah.
think
Who got it then?
if there was in the if Chelsea was in the Europa League, Brighton would have got Europe, but because Chelsea got Champions League,
Ah.
they've not got it, which is just fucking dreadful, really.
Mm.
Next club, I think one I'm a bit gutted for is Forest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great start.
Do you know why I'm not? Do you know why I'm gutted? Because he bottled it as well. Absolutely.
Yeah. They were
I'm not
third
fussed.
for at least a quarter of the season, if not
5
nearly
points.
half the season.
5 points from the last 15.
How many goals did
I'm not
Woods
fussed
finish on?
about Forest.
What's that?
How many goals did Woods finish on? And 22.
He dropped off big time at the end of the season. I
did.
think for me, they got that great away win at Tottenham. Next
Well,
3
how old is he
games
though? He's what, 32, something like that, isn't he?
would, yeah.
Yeah, so does that make him woke, Matt?
Who? Chris Wood?
Chris
What
Wood,
is-
yeah.
He's the
32
most
play football,
unwalked
you know what I
striker
mean?
you can. He's the
He
most
scored
unwalked striker you can get. He's
He
Brexit
scored
footballer.
20 goals this season.
20.
Yeah.
He's Northern football, is Chris Wood.
Yeah, he is not. He's Brexit football actually. So,
That's reform. That's got you've gone too far.
I think for me, they played Brentford at home and you're thinking, bloody hell, that should be a win. They got beat 2-0. They played Palace away, which I think was a tough game, and they come away with a point. The one that they'll be devastated about is fucking Leicester getting a point at Forest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking and obviously Forest took 5 points off Liverpool, which is obviously
How did they do that? That's so many Lukewarm, sir.
could be.
You can either take 4 or 6. Or 3.
Why can you take 4?
Draw.
They beat them and
Draw
then
one.
drew.
That's 4 then.
4.
You don't
Why
get
is it?
3 points for a draw, 3 points for a win.
You get 1 point for a draw and 3
Yeah,
points for a win.
Yeah, and that's 4.
No, Joe, what's 3 and 1?
But
You need a
no, but
calculator.
so all right. So if Forest had lost,
Then they got 3 points.
Liverpool would have got 3 points. Yeah.
Yeah, Forest would have got 0.
Yeah, but Forest drew, so they took 2 points off Liverpool. They only got 1 point.
No, you're trying to put your way around this one, Joel. You
I'm
get
not.
you get 3 points up and 1 point for a draw.
Yeah,
That's
we
what
just
matters at the end
distinguish-
of the season.
Have we just distinguished that then?
yeah. But what I'm saying is,
So you're saying because they've drawn twice, they've taken 4 points off them?
no.
What you
Forest beat Liverpool. They took 3 points off them.
Yeah,
Yeah. Then they drew to them, taking another 2 points off them.
I get what you're saying. It's points that they didn't earn, is what you're saying.
Yeah, points that they could have had. Here's what you could have won.
It's not the points they gained, it's the points they didn't earn, is what he's saying.
No, that's not
Is
right.
that
That's walk nonsense. That right there is walk nonsense.
Have I mathed that wrong? Do you know? I'm going to be honest. When I said it, I thought that doesn't sound right. But in my head, when I mathed it, when I mathed it, it worked. It made sense in my head.
What you tried to do, Joel, was find a way to make the numbers work. And I'll give you credit.
Oh,
you
no. I'd worked it out in my head. I thought, how many points have they took off them? Oh, that's they took a win. I mean, I can accept that I'm wrong, but it worked out in my head, and it feels right. So,
Forest overall, amazing season, dreadful last 2 months.
Yeah.
I
They're on as a cunt.
oh, that big,
God, here we go. Just
That's
because he went
unreal, isn't
on
it?
pitch after one game
No,
and
he's-
looked a bit angry.
Yeah,
I'd rather have him on Wednesday.
no, you
Yeah.
want Joel, he's a fucking drug lord or something.
yeah, Lord Mafia.
He's a proper dodgy cunt there, owner, mate.
Better than fucking tuna fish salesman.
Yeah, but mate, if you got promoted to Premier League, you'd love tuna fish sales because he'd be rolling in it and you'd be getting the money out of it.
Why would him get into Premier League increases tuna fish sales?
Yeah, get more money into your club, absolutely.
That is woke nonsense. Right, Villa.
Shit on the Villa. Well, they did get shit on by VAR, didn't they?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with 2 points here. Was it a red card first?
Yeah.
Joel, was it a red card?
Bear with me 1 second. I need to
Probably
review.
about the
Brennan's not
discussion
Brennan.
before.
No, we haven't. No, we haven't. And so, Matt, the Crystal Palace foul, was that a red card or not?
It wasn't a foul. It was a handball.
Dean Henderson wasn't a red card.
It was a handball.
Are you looking at the red card, Joel?
Yeah.
So
he's
Emi
got something
Martinez.
in
Emi
the
Martinez was a red card. Dean Henderson was a red card.
What?
No, this is... Oh, wrong bit, Joel. I want the red card first.
You might just need to
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. We're
Just
definitely
look
going to come on to it.
Look on Sky, Joel. You'll find it on Sky. But Aston Villa highlights. They're them fucking videos that you type in and it's like it looks like the highlights and it's
He's had a fair few reds. There you go. It's the one down there. 70k views.
Before halftime, Martinez charged Rasmus
That is a red
Højlund in
card.
a desperate attempt to stop a clear chance.
Right.
The
That's
referee
a,
didn't
that's
hesitate. It was
Picture where the ball goes.
you're fucking.
God's
a
sake.
red.
Ready?
Not mute.
Right, I'll tell you what, pause it. Pause it. You missed it. Right, get ready. Can you do slow-mo?
Fucking hell, it's only on YouTube.
It's on
Right.
YouTube shorts.
There you go. Right, where's that ball going?
Away from him.
Going into. Yeah.
Could you class that as a goal-scoring opportunity?
Yes.
Could you?
Could you class the Haaland one?
No, but my thoughts on this, if we go back, how do I go back?
There's a rewind button
My
there.
thoughts on, they're in. My thoughts are, right, look, he passes the ball away from him. Martinez does not go towards the ball. He goes towards the player. Ball goes away, and instead of going for ball, he goes for the player. Red
It's a red
card.
card. Red.
So, yeah, and I guess it's probably something you class a bit differently. I wouldn't class that as a goal scoring denial of a goal scoring
No,
opportunity.
I
You
wouldn't.
class-
I wouldn't.
You said you classed the
I would.
Haaland one as.
I would
That's
class it as
foul.
foul play. Yeah,
It's a
I'd class it as
professional
foul play.
It's the fact
Just 'cause it's-
Hoyland means it's not a goal scoring
I was
opportunity.
going to
anyway.
say, yeah.
It's because he's wearing that badge, that yellow and red badge.
The referee should take it into consideration to say, oh, it's Hoyland who's running through. We should.
Not a
It's
goal
not a
scoring
yeah.
Yeah, it's a yellow card.
Right, now let's go on to the proper controversy.
Oh, that was shocking.
What's the fucking
shit,
cheapest
right?
called?
Just put Aston Villa highlights. There's a highlight.
Yeah, but then I've got to scroll through fucking highlights.
Oh, did you
There
put
you
Rob?
go, Aston Villa robbed.
No, that's the thingy. No, just watch the highlight. It's near the end of the game. There you go. Just go on that.
It's not going to be on highlights, is it?
There you
This
go.
one.
There we go.
It's not going to be on that. It's the main talking point of the game.
I
What
hope
a
it's got
cunt of
a
a
view
ref.
than that.
Shit ref. Shit's the rules are shit.
It weren't a great view, by the way, that to drive home the point.
I mean, I weren't there, lads. Like, give me a fucking minute.
You're genuinely best going on Sky and just going to near the end. Hold on.
You know, if I
Just-
go on
hold
here
on,
and
sorry.
it's not even on there.
Oh, you just
Sky-
missed a great video. Just go up again, Joel. Just on the thingy. Oh, it's gone. No, up. No, next one, up.
Anyway, fucking Sky
Sign it off.
Sports.
I don't know if you've seen that video of that referee who goes, he's like in America and he goes like, the foul was not given, and everyone starts celebrating. He goes, however, it's the most un-northern football thing. And then he gives him like a red card or something. It's so funny.
When was the game? Oh, Aston Villa Sky
versus
Sports
Man United.
highlights.
You know, just put in Aston Villa disallowed goal. I'll come up with that.
Listen, I'm
You need to
following
watch on
Matt's.
Sky, and it'll be like near the end of the thingy.
We're not sponsored by Ionos.
You could have just gone on the YouTube video and watched it. Now you've gone on. Bloody, yeah, this will do. Right, so scroll near the end. Bit back, backwards, back again.
Here we are, look.
Because I think he loses control of the ball.
And Rodgers has put it in, and Aston Villa have scored. Or have they?
Dreadful
To
decision.
check it.
He weren't gonna go for that ball, that attacker. And he's seen him lose it. He weren't gonna go, and then he goes for it. I think that is a goal, and they've been robbed.
Does anyone know why the goal they didn't go to VAR?
Because he blew the whistle before. Because he.
You know, he's
Before-
blown it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fucking idiot had already blown his bastard whistle.
And our rules say that if the referee blows it, you can't go to VAR. It's just
Can't
fucking
repeat it.
nonsense.
Yeah.
But how did United get a penalty after full-time whistle against Brighton? That don't make sense. It's fucking the game's broke.
No, the VAR's broke.
Yeah, VAR's
Yeah.
broke.
The game's woke.
Who else is broke? Man United. But yeah, yeah.
But yeah, very unfortunate.
Villa's got every right to be agreed. They've already launched a complaint with the league.
Yeah, they should
That's
do.
cost them. Next up, Newcastle.
They've had a very good season. Yeah,
won the
they
first
are Northern
trophy in nearly
football.
60 years.
Mm.
Oh, sorry, Villa. Northern football or something? No.
Probably Midlands, definitely.
Borderline, yeah, they're
But
the
yeah,
middle of the land.
They're in fucking
football.
Midlands, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Newcastle, absolutely Northern football. Deserved. They were fantastic in the Carling Cup final against Liverpool.
Yeah.
And had a very good season finishing the Champions League. I think they thoroughly deserved it this season.
Agreed.
Very nearly got a top three finish as well.
Yeah, they've got a what?
Top three.
Yeah, they did. Very, very
Doesn't
nice.
make a difference, so,
Yeah.
but. Yeah.
No.
Does it not in terms of money though?
No,
No, that's Palace.
very little. No, it would have had some money implication, but not massive. I think for Newcastle, what they will be a bit worried about next season, the only time they're ever under pressure was that last game, and they got beaten on to Everton. They could have ended up outside. Had Forest turned up,
Yeah.
they could have ended up in the Europa League.
Mm.
Or even worse, the Conference League. But no, I think Newcastle had a great season, and I do think we'll see some of our players of the season reflecting that as well. Next, Chelsea, bought fucking life out of me. Southern
Yeah.
football, but all cunts.
Yeah, they're south, as south as you can get.
Finished fourth, won the Shitty Conference League. They're the first team to ever win every European trophy now. After winning the Champions League, the Europa League, and the Europa Conference League. I'm sure Real Madrid still rather win 15 Champions Leagues over winning the Europa Cups.
Yeah. I think they've had
dropped like a fucking stone. Go on, Matt.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think they've had a lot better season from previous years, but still, for the money they've spent, it's been disappointing. Although Palmer did drop an amazing game in the final. He's been shit for like most of the end of the season.
Yeah, I'm going to say he's one decent game, or proper decent game anyway.
Money they spent, not good enough really.
Southern football.
Did you see his interview afterwards though? She said to him like, he got his trophy down his shorts, and she said, "It's like a weird place to keep your trophy." And he just went, "I haven't got pockets."
I haven't got any pockets. And then he did do an interview, and he asked who picks player at tournament. He goes, the tactical whatever observation manager or whatever. Because somebody let him know that Tosin wants it.
I would say, Matt, if you was a footballer,
I was gonna jump in there. You would be Cole Palmer. Shite airline, gullible as fuck.
Yeah, it's fuck.
Always cold.
Yeah.
Do you know it's mad? We've slagged off probably 10 teams this season, and the next two are going to get more slagging off than anyone.
Yeah.
City, dreadful season.
Southern football.
Arsenal, dreadful season.
Arsenal, dreadful.
We could probably do them both at the same time, can't we?
Yeah. City knocked out the Champions League early, which at least Arsenal was a bit later on.
I mean, what run of games did they go on? Was it something like 8 games without a win or something?
Yeah.
It's a miracle they finished where they did, didn't they? Because they mid-season they just went into downfall, didn't they?
Yeah. No, I think City will be very disappointed. You look back, they got beat 5-1 at Arsenal, which I almost forgot about. They got battered at PSG and they got battered in Madrid.
Yeah.
They got beaten on to Liverpool, beat by Forest. They then got beaten in the FA Cup final. I think City.
For City standards, it's been shocking. Yeah. No trophies. But
who's going to go first, Arteta or Pep?
Arteta.
No, Arteta. Yeah. He did really mounting pressure on him. A lot of Arsenal fans.
Pep will go depending on what happens with these charges. I know they've already made the decision.
I don't think he will. I think he said he's not going based on the charges anyway, Gav. He'll go based on footballing reasons at the minute.
Yeah, but it depends on what punishment they get, doesn't it?
You're not going to get it, Gav.
No.
I don't think anyone's predicted they'll get it, but...
Yeah, I think people are still holding on to them. They were seen at the start of the year. We've still not heard anything since. I don't think they're going to get anywhere near the punishment people think they're going to get.
I don't think
either way, whatever they get, their lawyers are just going to thingy it anyway, aren't they?
In fact, they've already made a decision.
It's because everybody that's involved with those charges are they're big backers of Southern football. So
yeah,
they've actually made a decision already. They've docked Everton 10 points, so that's the decision.
And they invested in Arteta's 700 phase plan.
Speaking of that, Arsenal, decent Champions League, bottled the league again.
They didn't even bottle it this year. They were just not shit, but obviously they finished second. But they keep every season. They can't just keep having seasons where they do all right and never get any trophies.
I'll just go back through the second half of the season and just pick out a couple of results that certainly really let them down. Losing at home to West Ham, drawing away to Man United, drawing at home to Brentford, drawing at home to Palace, and losing to Bournemouth.
Losing to United with 10 men United in the FA Cup, that's some fucking shocker, isn't it?
Yeah, I had that one.
Yeah. They did all right in the Champions League, but the game's about winning, and Arteta just can't win. You know,
we're going to see when Sesko comes in that. Sesko could completely turn that around. He's an actual goal scorer. Which
I don't know,
I'm not going to defend Arteta. Arsenal's never prioritised that position, and now they are, so they could be different team next season.
I don't think so. I think Arteta is he's so stubborn. I think he's a weirdo as well. He does all these he brings speakers into for the training, and he has a dog called Win, but they don't win anything. I don't know. It's just a weird.
That Matthew is fucking woke nonsense.
Exactly. Have you not seen that dog that they've got? It's called Win.
No,
It brings
they
it
keep
in.
losing it.
I know. But
I said I've got a dog called Rover, but I'm not from Blackburn. What the fuck do you mean?
and then they bring speakers into training to like make it feel like they're at the stadium.
Listen, what I will say is, we spoke about this very early on in decent tackle history. Can you get rid of someone that is consistently finishing second in the Premier League?
Yes, yeah. If you're
But
not
can
winning
you, though?
trophies, if you're not winning, the game's about trophies.
But the
if you're not-
trajectory, I'm just looking at the trajectory of the league positioning. About a quarter of the way through, they with the same consistency as Liverpool.
But they didn't win anything at the end of the day. They've never.
They
They've
didn't.
not
No,
won
you're right. But
because next year they're gonna have like City, who will probably be better, and
They spent about 800 million on Arteta, haven't they?
yeah, with Rice spent 100-odd million. Havertz,
but is that all down to the manager, or is it to do with the players on the pitch? That's
No,
all
it's
I'm going to
manager.
say about that.
I think they're a mentally weak team. A
Yeah.
very mentally weak
Yeah.
team.
He keeps
Yeah.
avoiding to sign a striker, but then signs Raheem Sterling on loan or Havertz.
But you look at they got a few lucky
Is it
goals.
Arteta?
Not lucky. They had a few quick goals against PSV, and then ended up banging 7 in against them. When the chips are down,
Yeah.
the chips are down.
Mate,
But when
so
it's
who did
going their
they-
way, then
Who did they beat? They beat Newcastle recently, like near the end of the season, but they couldn't beat them in the Capital
Yeah.
Cup or what it's called. So
Capital.
I don't fucking know. You call it
I don't know, you fucking dick.
no. You call it no. Capital One
Capital
Cup.
Cup.
Capital One
One
Cup. That's it, wasn't it? It used to be called.
Capital One Cup.
That's what it used to be
Johnson
called.
Paint Trophy.
No, it
It's
used to
the
be called.
Carabao Cup.
Yeah, but it used to be called Capital One.
Years ago.
About 20 years ago, yeah.
You don't have an issue with him calling it Carling Cup, but when Matt says Capital One Cup, we have an issue.
I've never known. Has it actually been the Capital One Cup?
It was, yeah, when I was a little boy. Like when you was a little boy, it was the Carling
You
Cup.
are a little boy.
Yeah,
It was the Capital One Cup.
I remember the Worthington Cup.
No, it's
it
Capital
was. It
One.
was Capital One for thing.
No.
Just like when you was a boy and you had it Carling. For me, it was Capital.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
4 years, fucking hell.
Yeah,
Worthington's
never even
Cup.
had a can of Carabao.
No,
Yeah.
it's- yeah, no, I never
I never had a can of Capital One either, but Liverpool then.
Yeah, good season.
a very good season. Well, they did. They
They did
obviously
seem to give
started
up
it
towards it,
amazingly.
though, didn't they? Once they knew they got it in the bag, they got some silly results at the end.
I think they won't be as good as
But
next season.
since the first,
You
what's-
don't think they'll be good next season.
The way they finished it this season was.
Yeah, but I think that's because they knew they'd already got it.
Yeah,
No, but
it's
even
big.
no,
they've
no,
signed Jeremy Boateng though.
Vert's
So-
on the
Ping pong.
Frimpong.
yeah.
No, the way it's just like they went out in the Champions League, they went out in the FA Cup, they didn't get over the line with the EFL
Yeah,
Cup.
I think they'll be disappointed on that. I agree though that they should have done more this season.
Mm.
I think Vert's coming in. I think Liverpool will be very good again next season.
Yeah, I mean that.
You've also got to
Frimpong-
take into account, though, it's the manager's first season in the Premier League. So to
Yeah.
win it in your first
Why did you correct me? They have signed Jeremy Boateng.
It's Frimpong.
No, it's Frimpong.
Not
Jeremy
Frimpong.
Signed
Boateng is-
Boateng.
No,
Jeremy
Boateng.
Boateng is probably dead now, but I don't know, retired. Yeah.
Screenshot that, but
Oh yeah.
Hold on a minute. Hold on.
Oh.
that's it. Joe's changing his name on Wikipedia now. So he's right.
Where have I got fucking Boateng from?
There was a player called Jeremy Boateng. He's played for
It's
Bayern Munich.
absolute woke
Bayern
nonsense.
I've
that,
seen
Joe.
I've seen a tweet.
Yeah, retweeted for 1960.
Oh no! Do you know what I've done?
Fucked up.
I've seen this tweet off this young
Floor
lad with
Sky-
Down syndrome,
Oh.
and he's tweeted, "Welcome to the club, Jeremy Boateng," and obviously Frimpong's seen it and been nice about it, so he's replied and gone, "Thanks for the warm well," and that's why Boateng stuck.
Okay, now.
Yeah, they've got Frimpong. They're getting Verts.
Is there anybody we've not offended this week? Just while we're at it.
Why have I offended?
Jews.
No, he's gonna offend.
I mean, I've cut that segment out a few weeks ago. Hey, I've got a thought anyway, because we've just hit a minute 30.
What, skin?
Listen, shall we
You
do
mean an
team of the
hour 30?
season? Yes. It's been a long evening. Shall we end tonight's with a bit of a quiz?
Can do.
And
Yeah,
then go
and then
through
do
team
Terry.
of the season for the
Yeah,
full
go on.
episode next week.
Next week,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, cool.
Sporacol is
Um,
on its way.
Apologies for anybody we have offended. This is all in the name of light-hearted fun. And if you are a woke person, then go fuck yourselves.
I just want to do an apology
It must
to
be 8:33 or under though.
all the Southern football
So?
teams. Southern football teams.
I know, yeah. So, yeah,
Not
sorry, you've got to
invited.
put up with it.
Yeah. So they've got to put up with the weak, non-direct, undynamic.
When they do
football.
the Northern Super League.
Yeah.
This is a northern podcast for northern people. Is that what it is?
A Liverpool walk. Sorry, Northern or not?
Yeah, they are Northern. Oh, they're on their own. They're in,
yeah,
they're
I
in
think-
the Scouse not English level, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm going to
Yeah,
say they don't even see
they-
themselves as English, do they?
They're Western, them.
Yeah, Western football.
Right. Yeah, so,
I think that they're borderline. They're a bit above middle of the land
Yeah.
football.
Yeah.
Mm. I'd say at times they can be too good for Northern football. 'Cause just,
Nah,
Yeah.
you're not having that.
mm.
Now that's woke nonsense.
That is
No,
what
Northern
nonsense.
Northern football's never. You can't.
I mean,
you
I'd
can't
go
be
as far as saying that's asleep nonsense.
That's nice with two teams.
Yeah, nice with two C's.
One day I'll rip a
I've
C
got
off.
one.
Or Frimpong that begins with a B.
Right, I've got a recent one, and it's going to be tough.
Go on then.
Right, so what we need to guess, guys, is... Oh, shit. Let's get that.
The top 3 goal scorers
We're also
For the
sponsored by IBM.
season.
from this season.
Last season. This season's
Last
out
season.
yet.
Interesting.
Last season.
Can you
Okay.
full screen it? Oh,
Yeah, can you go
It's a bit
zoom in?
small.
that's fine.
Yeah, are we good? We've got
Yeah,
10 minutes.
right.
There's 60
Right,
players.
yeah, let's go.
Right.
Newcastle, Isaac.
Isaac.
Yeah.
Josh Murphy.
City, Haaland.
Murphy. No. Haaland.
No,
Yeah.
Gordon!
bless you.
Gordon.
Liverpool
Bless you, my
Salah.
child.
Who?
Liverpool Salah.
Anthony Gordon.
Yeah. Dan Burn. No.
Guimares. How good at spelling that?
I don't think he's gone anywhere.
Joel
but we'll
Linton.
come
Joel
back.
Linton.
Joe Linton, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No?
Ashley Barnes. No, Thingy Barnes. Oh, Harvey Barnes.
Sheffield United, Gus Hamer.
Yeah.
Fulham Muniz. Yeah.
Campbell.
Wasn't United McTominay one of the leading scorers last season?
You spelled that right?
Fernandes, yeah.
Fernandes, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Hoyland
Top
for
with 10.
United. Fucking hell. Oh, wow. Morris for Luton.
Oh, Morris.
No.
Yeah.
Casemiro.
No. It's done one for Tottenham last season.
Rashford.
There we go.
Son. Yeah, we've done Son. This is painful to him.
B. He's not in, that were it. That were it.
No way. Webber worked.
No,
that
and
season.
Mbemo was.
MBEU?
Sorry, but Mbemo was.
MO. Yeah, there you go.
Who scored for Bournemouth? Solanke.
Yeah. Son for Tottenham.
That was accidental. That was meant to be Luis Diaz. Son. Yeah.
Johnson.
He's only come good this season, really, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He got 22 goals for Chelsea last season.
Havertz.
Oh, Palmer.
Havertz.
I can't have it.
Who's Villa's goal scorer? What's he called up front?
Odegaard. Arsenal.
No.
Yeah. Was it not?
Trossard, sorry. Trossard.
Trossard, yeah, good shot.
Matete.
Is it ME? ME.
No.
No, it's Mateta.
Yeah, that's right. He plays-
Is Nunez on there for Liverpool?
Yeah.
And Jota.
Jota. Yeah. Villa,
Watkins.
Charlie Watkins, yeah.
Is Michael Antonio West Ham? No.
Main Pennant.
Who's
Jared Bowen.
Yeah,
Jared Bowen.
De Bruyne.
Yeah, put Bowen in.
Foden, sorry. Foden. Will be
Foden.
that 19 goals.
Oh, what's he called that went to Atletico Madrid?
Alvarez.
Alvarez, yeah. Chelsea.
Sterling? Was he at Chelsea last season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
There he
Yeah.
goes.
Newcastle.
Another striker for Aston Villa. I mean, who's their bench striker?
Inks? No, is he still there? No.
Good shout, though.
Wood for Forest. Wood.
Yeah.
Was Alanga then?
Awoniyi.
No,
Oh,
Langer wasn't
yeah.
there.
AW.
That big
Taiwan.
lad.
He has to be one of them, surely. I know he's
AWONIYI.
Was AWONIY.
IYI.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wolves, how do you spell tuna?
TUNA.
Tuna.
UNHA.
Yeah, it's
CU,
Cunha.
yes.
CU.
No,
It's not. It with a H.
CU.
CUNHA.
Right, there
Yeah.
we go. Oh, what's that?
Is Neves.
Hwang Son.
SZ.
Hwang. No, Hwang. H. No, HW.
Oh, right.
There we go.
Neves.
No, he left, didn't he?
No.
Matt, who else scored for Luton last season?
For who?
Luton.
Carlton Morris, Adebayor.
Well,
Who's
they've
that
got a
wing?
winger, haven't they, that was quite good.
Yeah, the Irish one.
Yeah.
Is Eze for Palace.
Oh, who's the other really good player that Palace had this all to Bayern Munich?
Oh, Elisa.
There you go. Tottenham.
Kulievski's-
Højbjerg.
No, he's
No,
convincing.
Yeah, it's
I
just
know he is. I'm just trying to think of.
It's Kulievski, but I'm not going to not spell it.
Kulusevski.
Yeah, there you go. Can't fucking say it.
Like Dejan.
KULU
Yeah.
SEVSKI.
See if it does first names next time, because
Yeah, so there's someone in between Son and Kulievski. Who was up front for Tottenham last season?
oh no, not Richarlison. No.
Yeah, Richarlison.
Yeah, but he didn't score. Fucking hell, did he? Got 11.
Yeah.
Um,
Newcastle.
Should we just get so Brighton? Should we just do what's that guy? Gross.
GROB.
Oh.
Oh.
Pascal.
No.
Right. Oh, that João Pedro. Mitoma.
Gibbs White. No.
Try Mitoma again. I don't know if you spell it.
Yeah.
There you go. Calvert-Lewin. Jesus Christ. It's gonna have to be fucking Michael Keane, innit? Try Keane.
Yeah. No.
Oh, Taco.
Yeah. W it was.
Yeah.
TARKOW.
SK. Yeah.
Wow.
No,
Burnley played up front for Burnley last season.
Don't look like anyone by 6 goals. Ashley Barnes, was he there then?
Harvey Barnes. Is he
Ooh, Harvey
Newcastle?
No way, Diabba didn't score more goals.
Was Bailey.
really.
McGinn?
Again.
Paqueta?
Oh.
Ketter.
Yeah, but it's the other one I want.
I don't know if you spelled Paqueta right then.
Huh?
That Al.
You know what I mean? It's still an attacking midfielder that.
Oh, Kudu. Kudos.
No?
Yeah, he has to be.
Oh, yeah, there we go, Kudus.
There you go.
West Ham. They had that fucking lanky Czech player. What's he called? Not Sufal.
Oh,
the other
fuck.
bloke. No. Who's that lanky midfielder?
Oh,
Suchek.
That's the one.
yeah.
SOUCEK. Yeah, got it.
Fulham.
Christ.
Oh, God.
No.
Was he still there last season?
Andres Pereira.
Mitrovic. Did he go this season?
No, he's gone.
No.
I'm sure
10
Pereira.
seconds.
We're doing alright to you, to be honest.
That's not terrible, yeah.
That's Burnley.
Yeah, we didn't get one, innit?
No.
Who we missed?
Ross
Callum
Barkley.
Wilson.
Ross Barkley, Jacob Brunel.
Callum Wilson was a Newcastle player I was thinking of. I'm very surprised at Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Douglas
Oliver
Luiz,
Burney.
but he was a penalty taker, wasn't he? So they got
Semenyo.
more pay.
Oh my God, Douglas! Yeah, what got Douglas?
McBurney. Fucking hell, I was there. I couldn't think of his name.
I wouldn't have got any of them for Burnley.
No, neither would I.
No,
Well,
never.
Jesus Christ!
Sorry season for Everton as well, though. 2 7s and a 4. Fucking hell.
And they still stayed up with point deductions.
The telling thing for me there is there's only 3 teams all season that got a player that got 20 goals.
Well, mental.
Crazy.
Quite a low scoring season when you look at that.
We'll just drop them then.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I always follow mine up with just Keft. Interesting roundup though. I think I am looking forward to doing team of the season.
Yeah.
Quite excited to get in. I just felt like we've already at that hour and a half mark, we're probably going to argue to fuck with Gav.
And I was arguing.
With Gav, he'll be sat in corner crying as to why we've got no Man
So what we're doing? We're doing
team of the season.
No, we're doing team of the season and young player of the season as well.
We can do all your awards after. We want to just make sure we make it clear that there's no Man United players in our team of the season.
So I didn't season and Gavin coming with fucking Mazawai.
Signing of the season, I just said
and that, ladies and gentlemen, is woke nonsense. We've been a decent tackle. We'll see you next week.
Next week, guys.
See ya.